Hi, I'm Kevin Borgstead, and once again, you've made it to Tai Chi with Kevin. A lot of the people that come to me tell me they have foot issues. Some it's just discomfort, some it's real pain from all kinds of different problems, plantar fasciitis, nerve issues, all kinds of stuff. That discomfort, that pain, makes it difficult for them to relax and enjoy their Tai Chi. So I've used some exercises that we use in Tai Chi, and not so much Qigong, but Tai Chi, to gently massage the feet. Let them ease their way into movements so that it helps them deal with the discomfort that they have and helps them to strengthen their feet, work the muscles a little bit, relax them sometimes, and it just makes it easier for them to get into and enjoy their Tai Chi. And that makes everything work out a whole lot better down the road. So stick around for a couple of minutes. I'll lead you through it. See what you think. If it works for you, do it again anytime you want. If it doesn't work, move on, try something different. See you in a minute. So you can see we're back here in the studio, and I want to lead you through this footwork set of exercises. To begin with, just like with everything else that we do, find your nice, comfortable spot. Feet more or less shoulder width apart, something that's comfortable for you. Center your weight. Relax. Relax the shoulders, relax the arms. Sink just a little bit so that your knees are slightly bent. Let me show you what I'm talking about. If I'm straight up, straight legs. When I sink a little bit, not a lot. We're not talking about a whole lot. When you do that, you're going to feel the weight a little bit more in your feet. It's going to feel a little heavier. While you're in this position, what I want you to do is shift your upper body slightly forward so that you feel your toes. You're not coming up on the toes. I don't want you to do that. I want you to come down. Just shift your weight forward onto the toes just a little bit. Feel that point where you're starting to approach your balance tipping point, where you have to work to stay upright. You come back to the center, shift back onto your heels. The weight's in the back. Don't go so far that you fall over backwards. We're not looking for that. But just rock back and forth, toe to heel, nice and slow, very gently. Now, some of you, if you've ever had a physical therapist or somebody suggest that you roll your feet on a frozen water bottle, this kind of does the same thing, except you don't get cold and you don't have to go find a water bottle and freeze it. So just go back and forth, nice and slow and easy. You're going to feel it in your feet. The muscles are gently, slowly flexing to support you, to help you maintain your balance. For our purposes, what that does is exercise those foot muscles, stretch them out very gently, just a little bit. Now we've been going forward and backward to the heels, to the toes. Now, like with everything else we do with Tai Chi, if you want, bring the breath into it. Breathe in as you go forward. Breathe out as you go backwards. You can just relax. You don't have to watch me if you don't want to. Just listen. Keep that same slow pace. Now, we can take this movement, move forward, back to the center. Weights even in the middle of your feet, left side, right side. shift over to one side. Doesn't really matter which one. And then back to the other side. Same breathing, in one way, out the other. It doesn't matter which way goes which. Now, if your feet really bother you, if you put all of your weight on one foot, then don't go quite so far. Share the weight between the 2 feet. If it's comfortable for you, get to the point where all of the weight is on one foot and the other one's just on the ground. No weight on it. Going side to side. Remember to breathe. Don't want you to pass out. Nice and easy and gentle. You're shifting the weight. You'll feel a little bit of side to side muscle movement as you shift on to the full foot, not the empty foot. Okay? You're pressing a little bit because your weight's on it. And then you're relieving that pressure as you press onto the other side. And you're not consciously doing anything with your feet. You're just shifting your weight from side to side. That does all the work. You might notice that there's a little bit going on in your ankles too. That helps to support your body, helps to keep your balance. Now we can step this up just a little bit, because what we'll do this next time we come back over to this side, we're going to shift to the side, then go to the toes and start making a sort of a lopsided circle. Shifting the weight back to the heels and across. Boy, that's different, huh? Now, you can do this standing in the line at the deli counter. People will think maybe you've had a little too much wine, but that's okay. People are probably going to think that anyway. You can go round in circles. You'll feel that gentle pressure shifting from one foot to another. It's almost like a massage, except you don't have to worry about whether or not you wash your toes off when somebody else is working on your feet. Come around one more time to this side, and then we're going to shift direction. Why do we do that? Because you use your muscles in your feet slightly differently, going in a different direction. And what we want to do is try to get the bottoms of your feet as thoroughly massaged as we can. Now, don't confuse this with going to massage therapy when the guy sits there and spends 45 minutes or so with all sorts of manual massage techniques on your feet and your toes and your heels and all this. This is a little different from that. Now, when we're doing this, we can get the rest of the body into it just to make it more interesting, where you just let the hands sway up. You go side to side, not really doing the oval so much, although you could. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. We're going to step it up a little bit. We're going to come around one more time. Come over to this side. Let this foot step a little bit to the corner so that you can rock back and forth to this foot in the front, foot in the back. If it's comfortable for you, lift the toe in the front when you go back. Lift the heel in the back foot when you go forward. Want to get some arm movement into it? Let the arms swing out as you move forward. Pull back. Push out. Breathing Breathing in as you push, or pull back rather. Breathing out as you push. Nice and slow and relaxed. A little bit more of a stretch in the back foot as you come up onto the toe. But what about the other foot? It's not getting quite the same stretch when you lift the toe. So what we'll do is we'll come back this time, step to the side, step out to the other corner and push. Hey, there's the stretch on the back foot. Breathe in, breathe out. How you doing? Everything okay? Good. Good, good, good. We'll push one more time. Step back. Step to the side. And speaking of stepping to the side, let's sway with the feet just a little bit wider. A little more separation. Same side to side movement that we were doing a little while ago. When I come back over to this side, bring this foot back in with a follow step. Put your weight back on it. Step out. Let's go back the other way. You're putting a little bit more weight on because you're picking the foot up. We'll do one more to this side. And then we'll step back across. By the way, if you were wondering, we're keeping our knees bent a little bit. So we're still in that just slightly lowered position. Puts a little bit more work into your legs, which is a good thing. Now, one more step out to the side and we'll come back to the center. Back to the center. Let's sway for just a second while I talk. We're going to take that same step, follow step, but do it forward and backward. So I'm going to come over to this leg, step forward, rock forward and back. I'm going to take another step forward. You might lose the foot here because I don't have a lot of camera range, but we did the same thing. And then we're going to go backwards. Toe down first, shift back, forward, go back, step. I'm going to go back one more. I think I got just enough space. We can do this. There we go. Didn't hit the wall. Hopefully you didn't either. Step forward, heel first, and we're going to bring this foot up to the center, side to side, like we've done several times before now. Now, how can you use this in your Tai Chi? You got your feet limbered up. Hopefully they're not hurting, they're not bothering you. What happens if you take this hand and reach up with your little hook hand and you do a single whip? Now we're not moving the feet right now. We're just swaying. If we were going to do a single whip in a yang style form, what we would probably do is that follow step to come in, step out in this direction and push. Step in and push. One more. Okay, back to the center. Raise up on the other side. Step in, out, push. Step in, out, push. Now, one thing I need to make sure that you know, as you step out, but you'll notice the toe is pointed in the direction that I'm going to push. And my knee is in the same direction. So when I push my foot or my weight onto that foot, everything's lined up and I don't wreck the knee. Okay? Keep that in mind. When you come back, sometimes you're stepping in. Sometimes you're going to pivot and turn the foot this way. Let's try that for a couple times. Pivot, go this way. Come back, toe comes in. I'm pivoting on the heel. There's no weight on it. Makes it really easy to do. Or I could pick up the foot and put it back down. Whatever is easier for you. What feels better? Pick it up, put it down, put the weight back on it. We'll do it a couple more times so you can practice. See which one you like better. I like pivoting, but everybody's different. Everybody does it a different way. Come back in, turn the foot in. And I'm going to take this hand, start around in a circle. Looks kind of familiar. Looks like something I've seen before. Well, let's bring the other hand into it, right underneath. And what do you know? Wave hands like clouds. If we're not moving the feet, we're shifting the weight side to side and turning the waist. But if we step in, remember how we did that? Step out and follow. I'm going to come back to this side, step the other way, and follow. Step and follow. Step, follow, hold for a second, and we'll step back to the center, a little bit wider. Bring both hands around to the front like you're hugging a big tree. Let them drop to the center. Just sink down. Lift the hands into your chest and down. Breathe in. Breathe out. One more. So that gives you a few minutes of gentle movement to try to loosen up your feet, exercise them a little bit without doing anything real crazy or strenuous. Hopefully that does you some good. If it does, let me know. If it doesn't, go on, try something different. Just try it once, see what it does for you. Thanks for coming. You've been with Tai Chi with Kevin, and I'm Kevin Borgstead. Come again whenever you like.